What is your most memorable battlefield meal? Helmand Province. We'd been pinned down in this bombed-out compound for 6 days straight. Taliban had us surrounded, taking pot shots whenever we moved. Our supply convoy got hit by an IED 3 clicks out. No resupply coming for at least 48 hours. We were down to our last MREs, and those had been expired since 2007. Day 7, ammunition running low, morale in the toilet. That's when Private Jackson, this farm kid from Iowa, starts rummaging through the rubble. Found an old Afghan cooking pot, somehow still intact. "What are you doing?" Sergeant Miller asked. "Making dinner," Jackson said, dead serious. We thought he'd lost it. Heat, exhaustion, combat stress, whatever. But Jackson kept digging through our gear, collecting random items. He had beef jerky from someone's care package, crackers from an MRE, hot sauce packets we'd been hoarding, a can of peaches that Martinez had been saving for his birthday. Then Jackson did something crazy. Crawled to the compound wall, started pulling weeds, not just any weeds. Guy knew plants. Picked specific ones, explained how his grandfather taught him to forage. "This is wild mint. This one's sorrel. That's lamb's quarters, basically spinach." Kid had a PhD in battlefield botany apparently. Found a broken propane tank that still had gas. Rigged it to the pot using paracord and electrical tape. MacGyver would have been proud. Water came from our purification tablets mixed with rainwater we'd collected in ponchos. Not exactly Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, but it worked. Jackson threw everything together. Jerky for protein, crackers for carbs, weeds for vitamins, hot sauce to kill any bacteria and make it edible. Smell started drifting across our position. Even the Taliban seemed confused. Gunfire slowed down. Maybe they thought we were cooking something dangerous. 20 minutes later, Jackson served up this strange stew. Looked like muddy dishwater mixed with grass clippings. Smelled surprisingly decent though. First bite was suspicious. Second bite was actually good. By the third, we were fighting over seconds. Best meal any of us had eaten in months. But here's the weird part. While we were eating, local Afghan elder appeared at our perimeter. Old man with a white beard, carrying a white flag. Turns out he'd smelled Jackson's cooking from his village. Came to investigate. When he saw what we'd made, started laughing hysterically. Through our interpreter, he explained that Jackson had accidentally recreated a traditional Afghan dish called ash, something his grandmother used to make during famines. Elder was so impressed that an American soldier knew how to cook their survival food. He invited us to his village. Said the Taliban wouldn't dare attack guests who understood Afghan traditions. We followed him out under ceasefire. Taliban actually waved us through their positions. Apparently, cooking their grandmother's recipe had earned us safe passage. Village fed us properly. Real food, fresh bread, tea that didn't taste like chemicals. First hot meal in weeks that didn't come from a pouch. Elder's grandson spoke English. Explained that his grandfather had lost family to coalition airstrikes. Hated Americans. But Jackson's stew had reminded him that soldiers were just hungry boys, far from home. We stayed overnight. Taliban left us alone. Next morning, our convoy finally reached us with supplies and reinforcement. Jackson got written up for leaving his position without orders, but privately, command was amazed. One farm kid's cooking had accomplished more than months of hearts and minds operations. That meal saved our lives twice. First, by feeding us when we were starving. Second, by showing the enemy we weren't just invaders. We were humans who could appreciate their culture. Jackson made it home safe. Opened a restaurant in Des Moines, specializes in fusion cuisine, mixing Iowa comfort food with Afghan recipes. Place is called Forward Operating Bistro. Menu has a dish called Compound Stew. Tells customers it's based on a recipe that ended a firefight. Most think he's joking. I eat there whenever I'm in Iowa. That stew still tastes like survival hope, and the moment when enemies realized we weren't so different after all.